Absolutely. Yeah, I got a question, and I'm going to need some crowd participation because there's a lot of things that I just don't understand. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. This is Painful Excellence Podcast. See, we got in the building. Rod Neal, my brother. What's good? Tay Tay, how are you? Night Train, Derek Gaines, the legend. Chilltown Majors, Snoopy Mac. Druth is in the building. We gonna cook. Phenomenal Mexican, what's going on? Village Brother, what's good? Smash the like button. Philip D. Redden in the building. Salute. Oh, we gonna cook. Because I got questions. You know, I put these pictures, like when I think of a topic, I put these pictures up. So it kind of like reflect what the title is. Tonight's topic is, do younger women believe that older men can save them from their past? Now, I mean, it's just a question. Now, listen, I'm not trying to cut anyone down. Sam Max, salute. I'm not trying to cut anyone down. I'm just asking a question. I want to talk to the men and I want to talk to the women. And ladies, if you're just watching for, you just want to see what kind of channel this is, or am I bashing women? I'm not doing that. I'm just asking a question because I saw something on the gram, and social media will throw things at you, and it'll spark conversations. That's exactly why they do what they do. And I came across this post, and I read the title, and what's always interesting are the comment section. And we're gonna talk about it. And I got a sister, obviously skydiving, and some dude there that's assisting her with the parachute. And that's symbolic of what tonight's conversation is about. Our sister Amina is in the building. Salute. So let's talk about it. Do younger women all believe that older men, are supposed to save them from their past, their decisions? The reason why I asked this is because I saw this post on Instagram, and it threw me for a loop. I'm like, unless older men have changed in the last couple of decades, my answer was no. When I was younger, because now I guess I'm deemed the old head, but when I was a lot younger, I knew dudes that were my age now and possibly a little older that messed with chicks my age in the early 20s. Oh, yeah, he had it. Can you imagine, right? Main biker, salute. Imagine you being a young man, right? You're a college student. Majority of us still lived at home with our parents. You're working a rinky-dink job. Young D's a salute. You work in a rinky-dink job and you're going to school full time, so the play is you don't want to be out, trying to pay your own rent. You're driving yourself crazy. So, you stay with your parents for a little bit and then you're hustling, bustling, paying a little bills in the house, whatever. That's how I did it, right? No shame in that. It was always a bit of an issue dating. And I'm gonna tell you why. In my situations, I had nothing to offer. Wasn't rich. I was maybe bouncing at a club, making a couple of $100s. I didn't have anything. I was a college student. I didn't have anything. I lived at home. I didn't have anything to offer. And what happened was, you come across these women. Salute, Stormy. That was a great live we had. Y'all check the replay. We talked about Big Trouble in Little China, Nerds on Culture. And it was always difficult because I came across women my age, and they were college students. Some of them had little rinky-dink jobs. They worked at a supermarket cashier. And I would always wonder, when I would approach them, they would they would require the world. You on the bus with me? Yeah, so I'm a broke college student like you. I'm saying, why would I want to date you though? What? I ain't got much. You ain't got much. We can't just go get a hot dog and go to Skate Key and just have a good time and just enjoy each other's company. Oh, the dudes my age that were living this rapper lifestyle, usually they were in the streets. And salute to our sister Aminaz. Go subscribe to our sister Aminaz in that super chat. Much love. She says, hey, y'all. Salute to you, sis. Much love and appreciation. And I'm like, Boxing Fan times 4, salute. I'm like, what? Last I checked, we in the same class. So I was like, what the hell? And then some of them would say, oh, well, Young Hollywood, salute. Oh, well, I'm seeing this guy. All right. So automatically I'm assuming, okay, she's seeing somebody, so she's not interested in me. And then on more than one occasion, because let me tell you something, I've struck out more than I've hit home runs. But it's called failing forward. You never give up. You get your look together. You always keep your hair tapered. You make sure your breath is smelling okay. You hit the gym. You look the best you can with what minimum you have. You're trying to be the best version of yourself. But you're a broke college student. I mean, what could you do? So on a couple of occasions, these women that were my age, when they got picked up from college, guess who pulled up? I'm like, is that your uncle? No, that's her boyfriend. Now, I don't know what's going on, but back then, to me, the 40s were old. Now I'm 48. And those dudes back then, they didn't look like me. I mean, all my buddies, we're on the same age group. And we just spoke about this. She's like, man, you remember how the 40 and 50-year-old dudes look back then? They look bad. I don't know. We all pretty much athletic though. A lot of us don't look our age, whatever. So I would see that and be like, yo, that's her relative, and then tongue right down the throat. And then they get in his, what were people driving back then? You remember the Amigos? The Amigo coupe Jeeps? That was on the road. Nissan Pathfinder was on the road. Oh, Land Cruisers. I used to love, 94. I love the 94 Land Cruisers. Love those. Philip D. Redden in that super chat, much love. He said, salute to the Pet Pack, man. Salute to you, good brother. The Ack Legend, yeah. Now, here's what I'm saying, main biker. The Ack Legend, well, that was college. All right, but in high school, the official drug dealer car was the Maxima, the box one. 1990, 91, that Maxima. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah, phenomenal Mexican salute. Yeah, hell yeah. Gnarly Ray salute. So I was trying to figure life out. Like, how could this be? But I knew what it was. I was like, man, that's his, he ain't taking her serious. He probably got a whole family somewhere. Kids probably her age. And he's just piping that. And she's getting her little, maybe her tuition getting paid. Maybe he's buying her books. Those books be expensive. So it's even exchange. And I said, hey, man, who knows? Maybe when I get his age, I'll be on that same type of nonsense. I don't know. But it was a learning experience. So I watched it. I'm like, that's strange. Hen Dog, what up? I'm like, man. But then there were the single mothers that were my age. And salute to Boxer Fan times 4 in that super chat. He said, off topic, but when you was in high school, was there a lot of young brothers believing having a white girl snow bunny was a flex? No, not where I grew up. No. The schools were pretty dare I say, segregated where I went. It was black, Puerto Rican, Jamaican, a lot of Jamaicans, and a lot of West Indians in particular, but the majority was Jamaican. And that's it. A couple of Dominicans that beef with the Puerto Ricans, but that ain't had nothing to do with us. But white girl, no. And then on the other high school was the same. But no, and then the white high school was kind of in another what we call the 2-bus district. Lehman, whatever, that's where all the white kids went. And then you had the Catholic school where more of the white kids went. It was more integrated there, but not my original high school, no. That wasn't a flex. We didn't, like I said, we didn't grow, we knew about racism, but we didn't exercise that. I ended up going to high school because I was removed from one high school and went to another one where there were, put like this, I had access. I didn't exercise it though, but we were all not on that type of time. You know what I'm saying? It was, it wasn't a flex. It was just, it was just nothing, It's crazy, man, crazy. But New York is a little different, just a little bit. But yeah, there was the chicks with the babies that thought I spit out a kid and I'm a single mom and I can tell you everything about life. No, you can tell me everything about sleepless nights and you struggling because the dude you procreated with doesn't want anything to do with you. So you find yourself a sugar daddy. Now, it used to be that sugar daddies served the purpose. I provide you with some, sneakers. I give you a little bit of money for school, and you give me the sugar. Sugar daddies collect the sugar. Even exchange. Like Full Metal Alchemist. It's even exchange. I pay back in the day, y'all. I pay your beeper bill. That's how far back I'm going, y'all. 90s. I pay your beeper bill. I get you those colorful Reeboks you want, maybe some Timbs. I'll get you a bubble coat for the winter. I'll drive you around in my nice car. You ain't got to tell your friends anything. I ain't got to bring you to my house, whatever. I got kids your age or half your age, whatever. But, when it comes time for daddy to collect that sugar, you give me the sugar. That's it. It used to be an even exchange, but nowadays, I'm reading young women with multiple kids. They want relationships with older men. Like they want these relationships with these older dudes, like long term. Like, shorties be like, I want this, So I'm on the gram and I found this thing. And let's just go through this as a family, because I couldn't believe this. The comment section is ridiculous. Okay. 22-year-old mother says no man wants her because he got 6 kids at the age of 22.
Whoa! What the That's kind of pretty before it gets started, ain't it? Oh, Froggy when he courtin', he did ride Crambo. Froggy when he courtin', he did ride Crambo.
Listen to this right here.
Okay? I mean, we can end the show right here. I'm not saying she's ugly. I'm not saying anything of the sort, but you're 22 with 6 children in today's age. Why are you not with the father? I have so many questions. Is it one man? Now, here's what I will say. If it's one man, I'll give her credit for that. It's one dude. Now, if it's the right dude, that's something else. Now, the only way I will give her a pass for this. First of all, how long? Okay, so many questions. First of all, let's say it's from one guy. Maybe he's passed on. You know what? I'll get if it's the same guy and he's passed on for whatever reason. You know what? If he's passed on and she said I was gonna marry the dude, my only question to her would be like, yo, at what point did you think to 6 kids up? And when was y'all gonna get married? I mean, you don't need no big wedding. Y'all could have went to City Hall and did. Come on. I would give her some kind of credit, I guess, if that's the word we want to say, credit. Because if it's the same guy, I mean, come on. But they don't specify. So, of course, the comment section was lit. Let's go through this. So Mickey Bay, I don't know who this person is. No, that's Mickey Bay right there. That's the boxer. That's Mickey Bay. He says, we got to stop lying, acting like sleeping around for women and men is the same effect. I agree, Mickey. Now, this was the comment section. You see, he got 132 replies, right? Now, look, man. This woman, Stella Kensuke Sasaki, Stella Sasaki. Okay, she says she may have to find someone a little older, but nobody her age is going to accept 6 kids. Nobody her age can afford 6 kids. Nobody her age wants that. Was much response. I'm reading how it's, and she says, "Good luck, sis." 1,664 likes, 132 replies. So I say to her, what older man is going to want to deal with 6 children that doesn't belong to him? Some women think older men are parachutes after they skydive out of an airplane. Jeez. Hence that right there. Yeah. Yeah. So then someone else says, older, you must be out your mind if you think older will want that ish either. No man is taking that on. Look at this. Heck nah, ain't no old man doing this. 129. Look, Saint says, she might need to get back with her baby daddy. And he's looking at the cup half full instead of half empty. Said baby daddy. We don't know if it's the same guy or multiple guys, but she's 22 with 6 seeds. Please explain. So everybody's basically saying, look, what an old man going to do besides play with her? Exactly. But this dude, lophoto.com, whatever, he says, realest comment on here. Wow. I smell simp. Well, enough is enough with that. Let me ask y'all a question. We talk to the men. I don't care what age you are. First of all, absolutely, at 21, even if I could afford that and I had deep pockets, let's say my parents were millionaires and I came from money like that. Guess what? Let me bring this chick home. I mean, I guess she's pretty by today's standards. Let me bring any chick home at 22 years old and my parents found out she got 6 children. Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all think I'm going to ask men, what would you do? I already know what y'all would do. Let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask all of you, men and ladies. Think about your sons. Ladies, your son, 21, 22 years old, brings home this chick, and then you find out she has 6 kids, and she's not divorced. Are you cool with that? I'm just asking. Now, I know a delusional woman will, come in here and, DeMarco, what up? They'll come in here and they'll say something more. That depends, and if they're in love, stop it. I'm telling you straight up and down. My son couldn't come and be like, hey, Dad, this is the greatest girl ever. Okay. She got kids? Oh, yeah. How many? 6. Excuse me? How old is she? 22. Wait a minute. No, I don't care if you're an adult. You cut her off now. Because she's going to have 7 and it's going to be you. Would you be okay with your son dealing with that? What could he do for her? She has a whole family. You be in a relationship. Fellas, you ever dealt with a chick back in the day and they hit you with the, me and my kids are a package deal? You ever heard that? You remember that? I've been told that. I'm like, package deal, right? And once you get a hold of this package, I'm going. If you think that I'm dealing with you, I'm not dealing with that. I don't want to know your kids. If you have kids in your house, your shit, like, y'all remember Romper Room? Who's my age? Y'all remember Romper Room? Y'all ever went to a shorty house and her shit was like Romper Room? Kids running around, they all hers? Say, what? Look, I signed up to hang out with you and see where it goes. I ain't hanging. When the fuck? I don't have a family. Back then, I'm like, I don't have no family. Why do I want to come in your life? And why all y'all got babies? And y'all are never on good terms with baby daddy. But you'll be sitting up in the house and the phone ring at 3 a.m. Did I tell y'all the illest, bro? Story time. Fellas, this is why you never go to a shorty house. I don't care what she says. She's lying. Don't ever go to her house. Met a chick, was dealing with her, you know what I'm saying? And, she cool in the gang, whatever. So she says, yeah, we went to the movies, hanging out. It's like 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, all right, I'm finna drop you off. I'm being a gentleman. Pull up right in front of our house. Come in. 1:30 in the morning, you know what time it is. Go inside. Boom, 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 boom. Here I go again, falling asleep in Shorty's house. She lived on the first floor. And I remember laying on the bed. And you know how you half sleep? There was a street light that would shine directly into her bedroom, but it was the shades up. So I'm seeing the light through my eyelids, and I was kind of like half asleep, but not. And then I saw the light just like disappear, like a silhouette just come, and it like went just like this. And I'm like, the hell? Then I heard a tap on the glass. Isha, an African voice. I'm like, I woke up, I sat up like the Undertaker. I said, yo, Shaka Zulu's outside tapping on this window. Don't care who that is. You need to get that under control. Because by then it was like 3 a.m. Why don't you have this under control? So she's talking to him through the window. Shaka, his name wasn't Shaka. She said, Shaka, we call him Shaka for the purposes of this story. Shaka, I'll talk to you tomorrow. This Negro said, it is tomorrow. Shaka, I'll hit you up when the sun come up. It's late. Okay, and he leaves. I sat up, looking at her, I just shook my head. I said, yo, this ain't the first time he's done that. We good. I waited about 20 minutes. She went, got me some juice out the fridge, sipped it, we talked, I got dressed, looked around, went to my whip, and I left. Never went to her house again. Don't ever go to a shorty house. You're welcome. Boxing Fan times 4 in that super chat, much love. He says, one bad argument, and he did this and that to my baby. Exactly. It's not your kids, man. Pre-made family. You don't need that. All this, oh, my kids are a package deal. You deal with me, you deal with my kids. Nope. I'm here to deal with you. Not you and your 5-year-old, your 4-year-old. Get out of here. It's not your business. What makes these women think now? Watch this. The older I got, the less F's I gave. And and that's not the only story. I was stupid. I found myself in situations, even before I was driving, I'm getting on trains and going to different boroughs, completely out of pocket. Don't ever go to Shorty's house. Don't do that. And these chicks listen, I don't care if they got kids or not. You don't go to her house. Assume the worst. Assume that they're all lying. Oh, I'm single. When I was coming up, no woman was ever single. I can't speak on what y'all got going on now, but I'm watching what goes on social media, and I gotta think the same rules apply. Y'all are never really single. It's like, I don't have a man, but there's some dude I'm smashing. That's the kind of time these chicks are on. Oh yeah, you don't have a man, but when's the last time you smashed? Y'all see Kendra G. You ain't gotta answer this, but when's the last time? The chick that says I'd rather not say, she just got blazed before she answered the call. Y'all remember the one where Shorty said, yeah, I just got some last night. And as she's talking to Kendra, the nigga in the back walking around. She's like, who's that? She's like, oh, that's the dude you slept with? And you on here looking for a boyfriend? What are you doing? The gall. And here's the thing. That gall has always been there. We're just now seeing it in real time with social media. Like I talked about police brutality on my boxing network this morning. It's always been there. It's the first time white America paid attention to it when they saw, what's his name? Rodney King. That was the first time they actually paid attention to it. Then they said it was an isolated incident. Into social media decades later, and now you're seeing all these ass whoopings and shootings. And what we've been saying, it's been happening the whole time. What you mean? And that's when cognitive dissonance kicks in, because their core beliefs makes them refuse to believe what they're seeing with their own two eyes. Well, I relate that same thing to what I see women doing in my era. I spoke to my dad about it. He said they did that in his era, the 60s and 50s. I bet you if I spoke to my grandfather, he'll say the same thing. You speak to the shorties now, the younger dudes now. I was dealing with this chick, and I went to her block, and this nigga reckless eyeballing me, come to find out that's a dude she see off and on. Well, the first thing you do is never go to her block again. If she's feeling you, she'll travel. That's what the OGs tell me. Why you getting on a train and coming back home 4 a.m, going to these dangerous ass neighborhoods? I said, yeah, He said, yo, if they feeling you, they'll hop on that train. You know what I figured out? Once I was like, yo, some of them, not all of them. Like, yo, why don't you come to the Bronx? And then hop in a cab. This was before Uber. You had to either flag down a livery cab or call a cab. If she's feeling you, she'll travel. Just saying. You figure it out. But not to get too far off point, but this is all relevant. Why do these women, these young ladies think that these old men can save them? Let me get this straight. Because I do got friends of mine with the same age, known them all my life. Some of them are single. My boy's divorced, he ain't got no kids. And I got three more of my close friends. They're single, my age. We all are in shape. We look young, or if you consider me looking young, it's whatever. Ain't got no kids. And instead of saying, hey, that's good that you've been responsible with your penis all this time, most modern women will say, oh, well, there gotta be something wrong with them. They're gay or something. No. Trust me. We just different. Time out. What the fuck, bro? Unbelievable. God damn, niggas be bored to tears. Always, man, bro. Bored to tears. Bored to tears. Bored to tears. Completely bored to tears. Jesus Christ. Bored to tears. We're having an adult conversation. And, you know, he was just bored. Anyway, the audacity. Do women really feel this? So they'll say, oh, there's something wrong with my boys. Oh, yeah, well, you know, what's wrong with it? There got to be something wrong. Well, talk to them. Find out if there's something wrong. Well, I ain't got to waste my time. What do you mean waste your time? Dig this. All of my friends, we ain't got no criminal records. All right, and I'm talking about the single ones. They ain't got no kids out of wedlock. Well, one does, but his son is an adult now. He works for the city and everything. So he did right by him. Never married baby mama, but they had some growing pains. Yes, salute. And they were never like married or whatever, but she's working for the state. He works for the city. His son now works for the city about 10 years now, and everything's great. You understand? So that happened. But my other friends, they just, and let me get this straight. You don't want to waste your time with a single Black or Latino man, right? You don't want to waste your time. Dudes have salary, decent salaries, retirement plans, benefits. Their teeth are straight. Career men, and you don't want to waste your time. What do you? And this is where it gets a little funky because women don't like when you ask, well, what do you bring to the table? Let's rephrase it. How do you add value to what he has accomplished already? Even women get mad at that. What's wrong with saying, okay, so he's already established. They have their own home or apartment. Clean. They come and go as they please. They ain't got no baby mama drama. What more do you ask for? And this is an older man, right? What do you mean you don't want to waste your time? How does that work? And here you are, when I say, how do you add value to what he's already accomplished? Because he's fine. How do you add value? What are you bringing into that? If y'all get in a relationship, what are you bringing to that relationship? First thing they say is, I have a couple of kids. He's supposed to deal with that. How old are these kids? 10 and 5. Oh, how about this? They're teenagers. He's supposed to come in and deal with that? Get out of here. Some of these chicks be in between jobs. What do? I do hair. Now, why is it okay for Ebony K. Williams to say, when she's asked, would you date a bus driver? And she says, if he owned the bus. Why is that okay? What do you do, Mom? Oh, I braid hair, or I do hair. Do you own the beauty salon, or you just rent a booth? See, it sounds fucked up when we say it though, right? Philip D says, Drew, you remember back in the day, if you were 30 old with no kids and never married, women looked at you dead eye, yeah? And said, what's wrong with you? Yeah. Yeah. What's wrong with me? I use a condom. How's that wrong? I wasn't married. That's why I didn't make no babies. You have a kid out of wedlock. What's wrong with you? You notice how dysfunction has become the norm? I literally watched one of these, there's 1,001 podcasts where it's men versus the women, or they having a discussion. You learn a lot from some of that stuff. Dude was saying, yeah, I'm 40 something years old. I have a job. I make 6 figures. Never been married. I don't have no kids. Shorty said, red flag. What's a red flag? What do you mean? You are 40 years old. You ain't got no kid. No. And his thing was, I've never been married. Why would I make a child out of wedlock? And she went on to justify her having a baby out of wedlock. And guess what she did for a living? Hair. You have no retirement plan. All right. You're like in your 30s. You're a single mom. Excuse me? So gone are the days you big up a man for being responsible. Because what's the alternative? Dealing with a dude that got kids everywhere? You know how these women look at it? He got kids everywhere. He must have game. He must be exciting. So his D game must be impactful. Let me go to this other thing that I saw. That was yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, here it is. I need y'all to see this. Look at this. Broke with a big P, or wealthy with a baby shrimp. You see it? Short or tall? Look where they're going. Look at that. Scammer or 9 to 5? This was crazy. Look at that. You seen that? Angel or toxic? Look at that. A rapper or an athlete? Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. But I'm going to tell you the best comment about this. I'm Christopher Powell, right there at the top. He says, notice how there aren't any rings on any of their fingers. There you go. Isha, salute. There you go. No rings. Tom, what's going on? See that? I mean, what are you going to do? Those are the modern women. So, fellas, what you supposed to do with that? And those are the chicks that have all kinds of weird things going on, what I deem as weird. Tatted up, BBLs, but their mothers, they don't have a retirement plan. And they expect you, with your pension, you're about 5 or 6 years from retirement. You see you're sprinting towards the finish line. You've done the right thing all your life, and you're supposed to stop what you're doing to go save the baby maker. Exactly, Stormy. The only rings they have are the rings around there. Rings of filth around their underwear. Exactly. So we supposed to come save them. Well, not me. But all you older brothers my age and older who are single, maybe you've raised your kids. Auntie Jenny in the building, salute. Maybe you've raised your children. Maybe you've gone through a divorce, but you've raised your kids and You're separated, no drama. The kids are grown. And now you're supposed to take what you have and go help her raise hers? Been there, done that. Who do these younger women think these older men are? Like I said, there's something called a sugar daddy. And the trade-off is this. He gets you your little shoes. He take you out to your little 5-star restaurant. He might even pay your rent. He might even pay your cell phone bill. But you got to give up that sugar. And that's the working relationship you have. Real sugar daddies, based off of what I was told back in the day, they didn't want to meet your kids. Matter of fact, they'd rather just put a couple of dollars in your hand. Don't have Junior coming out calling me Uncle Anybody. Don't do that. Don't confuse that little boy. Do not confuse that little boy. Don't do that. You give him some tail, he take care of you with a couple of $100. What's the problem? These chicks want you to come in, and I'm gonna tell you something else. See, this shit is state of the art. These chicks want you to come in, help raise their kids, pay every bill in the house, while they run amok and do whatever the hell they want to do. Because a lot of these chicks, they understand the value of a well put together man that's made something of himself, an older man. But you honestly think he's piping that correctly? They always end up, what do they end up doing, y'all? Slamming around with the kid closer to the dude closer to her age. And they do that on the snake. That's what they do. 6 kids up and she wants an older man? Get out of here. My brother, the International Quiet Storm, in that super chat salute, he said, Drew, my youngest bro graduated from college a couple of months ago, 23, no kids, structural engineer. He's 1. I asked him, what did he want as a gift? He said, a passport. I paid for his German vacation. Now he's there on an internship. Congrats, man. Get that young king to see the world and to understand that he has options. And if he's gonna lay, make sure he protects himself. Snoopy Max salute. Make sure he protects himself. Because these chicks are looking for a come up. Two things that I noticed that people can hit a lick. Lawsuits, that's been forever. Suing people, that's been forever. Lawsuits, that's forever. The other thing is making a baby. Somehow, that's a come up. And that's disgusting. It's disgusting, y'all. But as you can see in this video, this tells you where some women's priorities are. A rapper and an athlete. Wow. This is crazy. Spurger Marshall, salute. Eric J, salute. Oh no. Said a 50-year-old guy deleted his 36-year-old classmate over a younger chick with 6 kids just last week. Oh, that sucks. Let me share this story with you. And I shared it before and it bears repeating. My brother was an overnight store detective at a store. I'm not going to say the store's name. This is way back in the 90s. And he was in the camera room looking at the store, and the story is he heard some gunshots. He was like, oh snap, what the hell was that? So goes outside. Kid that he worked with, I believe, was on the floor with his brains hanging out. He's like, what the hell just happened? Old man was there. ATL, what up? Dropped the gun on the floor and just stood there. Police was called. They pull up. Dude didn't resist. Cuffed him. They say, why'd you do that? And all he could scream was, how would you feel if somebody was effing your wife? Turns out that guy was like in his 60s. And the dude I was working with my brother, I believe, that night was in his like mid-20s. And he was screwing this girl who was his age, but was married to that 60-year-old man, and they had a baby. I don't know if it was that 60-year-old man's baby or she came into the relationship with the child, but that's neither here nor there. So she secured the bag and she secured the comfort and the stability with the older man. But to get that itch scratch, she was screwing around with somebody more closer to her age. And this happened so long ago. There was no Viagra back then. This is in the 90s, y'all. Like early 90s. And I said, oh man. So watch this, y'all. In this case, I think they were black. One man is dead. The other man is going to prison. And that woman is walking around like she's a victim, scot-free. And I promise you she's on to the next. Because she didn't do anything but adultery, right? And I'm willing to bet that when she got to the courtroom or spoke to the police, all she could say was, I didn't do anything. He never caught me doing anything. He's crazy anyway. I didn't do anything. I mean, realistically, even if she committed adultery, she didn't make him do that. One man dead, one man in jail, and she's on to the next. Give her a few months, she's on to the next. She's fine. What about the y'all remember the video I did of the boxer? What was his name? He fought Andy Ruiz, the black dude. He fought Andy Ruiz, and he called himself looking out for a friend of his, a woman, and he was murdered by way of gunfire by her husband, who so happened to be an older gentleman. And this is a big brolic. The dude was like my size. And yes, Philip D in Texas. Yes, I forget his name, but I know he fought Andy Ruiz, black dude. And he was cool with this girl. And she says, could you meet with me at this restaurant? I'm going to serve my husband these divorce papers. And he goes. Now, this dude is like 6'3", 6'4", 200 plus pounds, and a boxer. Why do you think she asked him to come? Well, that dude pulled up, the husband. You think he's fighting him? No. He pulled out and got the dumping on him and deleted him. That's what happened. I talked about it on my the videos on my it's on my channel. And I'm like, God damn. She brought him there so she can get some kind of compliance. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Now, I saw the videos of the news articles, and his sisters was like, oh, he's just a nice guy. He was her friend or whatever. Look, man, we know. You might not want to say it out loud. There's no way he did that for a chick he wasn't effing. No way. And here's what happened. Dumped on him. He died. The husband gets in the vehicle, speeds off, and tries to delete himself and didn't finish the job. So he was in the hospital. I think he eventually died. One dead, and she's on to the next. And allegedly, this dude, the older dude, he was the one with all the money. But who was she slamming? And they didn't say she was slamming him, but we could read between the lines. How many girls that y'all are cool with that she can call y'all up on the phone and be like, yo, I'm going to serve my husband these divorce papers. I need you to come with me. Who's going? I'm like, no. Call the police. Tell him to meet you at the precinct. Oh, he knows he's being served? Here's what you do, Mom. Tell the police what you're about to do and just have a sector car outside. And when he pulls up, have them there, and then you serve him. What's the problem? I ain't going nowhere. You know how many women called me up yo, I don't know, bro. I got a few of those stories. Y'all ever been looking? You remember the old call ID, the little box you plug in the side of your phone? I remember I was up there playing Super Nintendo. My phone rang. And I look. I'm like, this chick hasn't called me in forever. Wonder what she wants. Jeff Sparks, salute. Showtime Major, salute. And I'm like, hello? What up? Nothing, chilling, da-da-da. What you doing? Nothing. Yo, what you doing? Here we go. I ain't doing shit. 5 feet of snow on the ground. It's me, this bowl of ramen noodles, some turkey franks. I'm eating bad tonight, and I'm playing video games. What do you want? Yo, could you come with me? You come with you to go where? Where? You want me to leave this house and go to the other side of the Bronx? To do what exactly? Y'all just gotta go to your homeboy house. A dude she messed with, they had a falling out, and she got some shit in his house and she wants to recover. Iron Waffle, salute. Yeah. Yeah. All right, well, let me call you back. I ain't heard from Shorty in like 2-3 months. Now you calling me 10 o'clock at night, 5 feet of snow on the ground. Look, I got some bad food I'm eating. I'm playing NBA Live. I'm having fun. I'm chilling. I don't even want to deal with a chick that night. It's about me and my bed. Fellas, y'all know what I'm talking about. You got your video game up or your favorite DVD. Well, DVD back then? I probably didn't. But you got everything you need. You got your bad food that you're not supposed to be eating. If you drink a little, you got that. You got your video games, right? You got your bubble butt Brazilian porn over there. You don't need her. And she trying to get you to come out your house? Get out of here. I'm good. Vamos. Go call the next sucker. Get out of here. You don't need her. 5-knuckle shuffle. Let me tell you something. I should do a show about that. Let me tell you, those movies, they stopped a lot of us from making bad decisions at night. I'm really gonna go see Shorty. She just called me. It's bad news, you know. She crazy. But I'm crazy, but she crazy, but damn, I gotta get this nut. Oh man, man, pop in that throwback pinky, shake dice, go to bed. You'll wake up new, refreshed. You've soiled yourself. You can't look at yourself in the mirror for about 10 minutes, but life goes on. But you could think clearly after you get the nut out. Shout out to Pinky. Because you snap out of it. You're like, oh man, I almost left my house and, yo, can I tell y'all something? Yo, I had one of those nights and I said, I'm not out. Man, I got up, I took a shower, and the whole time I was like, I shouldn't be going over to our house. I shouldn't be going over there. I shouldn't be going over there. The neighborhood's hot and, it's cold outside, but I'm just, man, but she got a front ass. Oh man. Whole time I'm trying to talk myself out of it. And at the last moment, I had my boots in my hand and I said, 11 o'clock. I said, I'm not going. I got to take a stand. I'm not going. And I was just going to ghost it. I just wasn't going to call. Right? Phone rings. It's one of my boys. Yo, did such and such call you? Yeah. He's like, yo, she called me earlier. All right. Because he used to deal with one of her friends. He said, yeah, Shorty said she's going to be at the house. I said, okay. You going? He was like, yo, it's like, it was one of those cold nights, man. It was like 2 degrees outside. It was bad. It was bad. And I was like, yo, you gonna hop in the cab? And he was like, nah, I'll be honest, I don't feel like doing it. I said, bro, you know what? I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not doing it. And we were just on the phone and I think, y'all remember when the NBA would play an East Coast game and then a West Coast game at the end? Because they like 4 hours behind us. So we were just on the phone watching a ball game, right? And then it was like, all right, man, I'll talk to you later. Got off the phone, right? The next day, right? I hit him up. When I called him, he said, yo, just got off the phone with her friend. You know what happened? We didn't show up. They had some other dudes show up. She used to hold narcotics in her crib for a dude she knew. And that night, police kicked the door in, locked her up, her girlfriend up, and the 2 dudes that were supposed to be us. That's a true story. When I called him, he answered the phone. He said, yo, I was just about to call you. Guess what happened? And he told me that. I said, yo. He said, yo, I guess when we ain't show up, we ain't call. Because that was another thing. I had to call ID. When she called, I ain't answer the phone. By that time, like maybe 2 hours passed by. And I guess they got it. Oh, you coming? And for all I know, because we were talking. I was like, yo, for all we know, they probably was getting us to come over there. You know, we was already active with those shorties, but they're probably trying to get us to come up there. So I don't know, to take some of the heat off of them. For all we know, they probably said it was their stuff. We ain't getting all of that. But that night, when Shorty kept calling, that was the last time I spoke to her. I didn't talk to her no more. Why? Her phone probably all tapped and shit. Nah, get out of here. Fun while it lasted. Can you believe that shit? Yo, the 90s was wild. You know how many near misses I had? If I want to get caught out there and doing something, I want to get caught doing something that I did. Had a lot of friends that got caught up just sitting down somewhere. Yeah, you know, some, whatever. Police, don't move. Huh? What happened? I just got here. Now you in cuffs and you sitting in one of the precincts like, yo, I just got here. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, well, they had a ton of weed and severed heads in the freezer. You in it now. What? Bro. Had to be careful. Man. But not to get too far off topic, bro. To my OGs, you could do what you want. You could be a sugar daddy if you want, but I know you ain't gonna try and save these young women. And these young women seem to think that there's some dude walking around out there looking like The Rock with The Rock's pockets that's gonna save them from themselves. Baby, you made 6 kids. It's over for you. It's over for you. Your only hope is to find a man with 6 kids that he's taking care of, and y'all can make the Brady Bunch. Ain't no man putting up with that. Let me not say that. There's some simp. And guess what? The man that's going to put up with that, it's never the man that they want. You know it's going to be some fat dude that's completely unattractive, but he's a great provider. And she's going to have to take that. Don't be saving anybody. She made that bed, she lays in it. You know why, men? Because whatever bed you make, you got to lay in it. Don't nobody feel sorry for us. Steve O'Sly, salute, man. But I'm going to get out of here, man. I got to talk this boxing in the AM. Yeah. But this was a fun little hour we was on here, man. And fellas, you listen, man. Please make absolutely sure you take care of yourself, man. I ain't gonna get into too much, but we gotta do better health wise, and I'm gonna do a health show soon. Ladies too, we gotta do better health wise. More on that, and I'll share the reason why I'm sharing that. You know what I mean? So salute to all of you, the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. Much love and appreciation to every last one of you, man. And y'all make sure y'all take life gently, man. And I'll catch y'all on the rebound. Peace.